You're listening to Tales from the Flipside. Tales from the Flipside. Tales from the Flipside.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is another Monday night. That means another comicbookinvest.com presents Tales from the Flipside. I'm Bryan McClay chilling. Let's here with all the boys. We've got almost a full house tonight. So, gentlemen, introduce yourselves.
I'm Nico, your weekend update correspondent with comicbookinvest.com. If you get a chance, please check out my Saturday article. Really had a good time with the Treasure Boys. If you haven't had an opportunity to watch those guys, I'd really appreciate it if you'd give them a click, give them a thumbs up. I know it would mean a lot more to them than I can explain. Also had a really good time with Brian and a ton of the Flipside crew on the Modern Playbook. That was a 4-hour bonanza, and there was all kinds of good stuff that went on there.
I'm Deno. I'm making consecutive appearances. This is groundbreaking stuff. La Casa is being built. I feel like Joe Rogan. The Studio 2.0, the Club 2.0 is being built as we speak, boys. So that's all I got.
Nice,
good stuff.
Hey, P-Dub's here. I'm surprised you guys kept my little tape logo in there. It's been a while, so happy to be back.
Jon Z here. While they spent the night on Saturday talking moderns, I spent last night talking Golden Age LB Cole with Ben and the crew. So thanks for those of you that show up there, and looking for a good night.
I actually watched a little bit of that show, man. Those color on some of those classic space books was unbelievable.
Yeah, it was a good show. It was a really good show. I enjoyed it. I caught just a smidge live, and then was able to watch most of it this morning.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, what do we got?
We've got some news coming up this week on a lot of craziness, I guess, that has been talked about this week. But why don't we start with some Invincible news? We all saw the Invincible. Did you guys see the Invincible trailer?
Yes. So this is all tied to NYCC, to be fair.
Yes. So NYCC was the big news of the week, I guess, right?
So we'll call it medium news because all these, at this point, there's nothing that exciting at these online cons.
Yeah. So Invincible trailer came out. It's pretty dope. I was not expecting that from the trailer. I mean, the whole time I know we're being told, it's a adult animation, but it looked like really, really good to where most adult animations don't feel that adult. But this looked like it could be a decent adult-minded show.
All right, I'm the Invincible fan. I'll go. And Nico and I talked about this a little bit. I think it's going to be an enjoyable show, but just the animation style and the look, I don't know that it's going to be anything to move the book significantly. The Boys is one of the most appreciated and well done adult shows, and it only generates so much buzz for those books. To then do animation, which then probably limits half to 2/3 of your audience that aren't going to watch animation. They just don't care. They want to watch live action. It worries me. I sold my one copy and I'm going to buy in later.
Really?
I did.
You sold number one and didn't tell me, bro?
You didn't want it.
How much did you sell it for?
$550.
You fucker.
It wasn't that nice.
It was a raw?
Yeah, it had a stain.
Well, I'm just angry because I saw what's coming up in the market report tonight. But
it wasn't nowhere near that nice. So I took advantage of the situation of I had the not nicest copy, put it up and fucking went for the highest dollar, and I felt good about it. I can always buy back later, I think. I think it'll come back down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tend to agree with Z.
Hopefully, my buyer's not watching and hitting return right now.
Did you just sell it?
Yeah, like this weekend.
Oh,
It's not even out the door because it's fucking Columbus Day.
yeah.
So I sort of anticipate that we're not going to see a lot of movement on these on Invincible that's going to sustain over time. I don't know that now is necessarily the worst time to buy some random Invincible spec if you want to flip it in, however many weeks or months, because you think this character is integral. People don't know about it. People will love it, and you'll be able to pop it off like the boys. But I wasn't real thrilled with the trailer myself. It looked more like one of those 90s DC, like motion picture
It
comic
did look
book.
like the animated DC stuff. It did.
Yeah, I was mildly disappointed. Now I'll reserve judgment, and I hope it's exceptional.
I liked it for the fact that if you didn't know anything about the comic, it looks interesting. You know what I mean? Like if you were just seeing that, you didn't know about Invincible, you didn't know who he was and what the premise was, and they didn't let anything go. Most of us know, the spoilers about it already, but they made it look interesting for people who don't know about the comic. But on another tip is that, like, what is there anything out there to spec on? And obviously, number one, the non-Larry's variant, which is still a good book. I still like
Larry's variant is going fucking crazy too.
Is it? I mean, I unfortunately I don't own any. I never bought one. I wish I would have bought at least one of them. But I think that price-wise, really the only stuff to spec on, there's very few stuff to spec on, and I still think that his first appearance is a great book to spec on. It's still in that price, a decent price range. It's nothing crazy if you can get them raw. They're hard to find. They're still they're still rare. So is there anything else that we can spec on?
I liked the cartoon. There's a variant that has Invincible drawn as a cartoon.
That's 50.
I like
a chibi variant or whatever.
I think that's 50.
Then the blank cover, for whatever reason, has always been sought after because Invincible fans just want Ryan Ottley to do a sketch cover. I don't even know if those are available now, but I think they'll, quietly disappear. And then the other one I like is the girl, the rapist, whatever the hell her name is.
Yeah.
That's got to go a couple seasons.
Her first appearance, right? But I mean, you saw what happened with Herogasm.
Tough to find.
You saw what happened with Herogasm 1. I mean, it was a year out, and the books went nuts.
Yeah, I just think that's got to be like 3 seasons in if they go that long. Because it's such a complex story. You can't jump that far. I mean, that's issue 100 and something, 101, 111. I think.
I thought you'd be excited out of most.
Listen, I'm excited to watch it, but from a spec perspective, I'm not. Like, I will watch the shit out of it. I look forward to it. I've bought the compendiums in paperback. I bought the compendiums, the nice ones from SDCC, the hardbacks. I actually thought those would go, but they seem to just be stagnant, so that's all right. I thought they were an interesting play. They blew them out at SDC this year to blow out the old ones. So if you bought some of those, I might hold and wait. But
do you think this is Walking Dead style, where like people like buy one and then don't know about apps from like how like Michonne was 19?
The Walking Dead is such a different beast. I mean, I think this is going to be closer to, The Boys is close because I mean, The Boys is so hyper violent that it's a niche audience.
Yeah, but that's why we needed a live action version. Do you think that we're ever going to get a live action version of Invincible now?
You got to do baby steps. So this is good at getting some branding out there, some marketing. If you can get any issues below 10, it's a good get cheap. I think 5 is an interesting play because I think Seth Rogen as Alan the Alien is going to stand out.
How many? Are they going to release it full seasons?
I don't.
I think it's coming on TV, so no. Isn't it going to be
right?
It's Amazon Prime. Okay.
So they're probably gonna do like The Boys. I bet.
Boys, yeah.
They'll release
smart.
a couple episodes and then let it roll.
That was smart to do that with The Boys. It would piss me off, but it was really smart. Yeah. With Invincible, do you guys know that What is the very first Robert Kirkman thing on TV?
Well, it's obviously not Walking Dead.
Yeah, what am I missing here?
He did a Battle Pope animated series back in the day
Wow.
for FX. It was one of
That's
the very
wild.
first thing on TV. Yep, he did a Battle Pope animated series. So for all you Battle Pope fans, for all three of you out there, because there's probably less than 5, including me, check out Battle Pope the animated series. I think you can still find it on YouTube. But,
I did save you one of those, Brian, with the Invincible back.
Nice.
No,
nice.
I put one up just to see what happened, and it's at like $20. I've got some watchers.
I agree with Rick.
You want to talk M.O.D.O.K?
Yep.
So there were a lot of strong opinions on the IG page. I'm curious, right? So, hell, I don't know. Patton Oswalt's funny, but I mean, he's not like my favorite comedian or anything.
I saw Patton Oswalt Caps to Milwaukee. It was hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, but my question is kind of like, this doesn't appear to be made for us Gen Xers, or as we've been calling ourselves tonight privately, boomers in training. It really kind of appears to be trained for the people that are really excited about the Gwenpool ratio variant for issue number, I don't know, because what the fuck would I care about that for? Okay. Second print. Like that generation is sort of my guess. And I wonder how well it's going to be received by the public. I mean, I looked at it and I was like, you're not as funny as Team America. But I see what you're trying to do here. Maybe, I don't know, I'll try to give it a shot. But other people who watched it were just horrified and angry and vocal about it. Did you guys get a chance to watch?
I don't think it's what the world expected. I mean, I think it went freaking so left. And I think, it's, as you said it, I've kind of put it in the notes. I think they're kind of playing for that Rick and Morty type crowd of just, you either get it or you don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're in the joke or you're out.
Yeah. It didn't make me excited at all. I mean, I think I appreciate the work that goes into like stop motion. Like if they're doing it by hand, I don't know how they're doing it. But the work that goes into it, I can appreciate that, but I just didn't get, the humor didn't just, I don't know. It wasn't me.
I think that's about the only route you can go with M.O.D.O.K is humor, right? If you're going to do it, you do it with M.O.D.O.K, so they pick the right character to do it with. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out. Do I think that anything spec-worthy on M.O.D.O.K? Nothing than it already is. I mean,
they should have made it. They should have made a TikTok series out of it.
Yeah, right. Well, honestly, here's a couple random thoughts. One, there's not that much to spec on. It's his first appearance. Maybe there's a variant or two people will go out. The only rendition I've ever actually seen of M.O.D.O.K as a repetitive character is that really youth-oriented children's show, the Superhero Squad. You guys see that years ago when you had and he was a pretty repeated character there and had that kind of crazy vibe. That might be the kids that are freaking watching this. Is those kids from what I think that's 2010, 2012 maybe. They're 8 years older. They were 6, 10. Now they're 14. Maybe it catches with some of that.
Yeah. Good on them for diversifying. Take a shot. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree. And I like M.O.D.O.K.
Yeah, I got nothing. I'm like, I don't.
It's either going to be a cult
I get
show
one
or
of
it's
those
gonna
variants
bomb.
that you can't buy. You know what I mean? It's over here in a thing. I should have apparently slabbed it a long time ago.
Or sell it now.
You
Throw
still
it
got
up
time.
now.
Oh, it's definitely getting sold, but not after that lackluster trailer. I'll wait until there's actually a fan.
Yeah. You're either holding now in hopes it goes or
Forever.
Yeah. I mean, there was way more heat when they were, the Russo brothers wanted to use him. I mean, that would have been epic.
Well, let's take a look. Let's see here. I'm going to bring up my screen here. Let's take a look and see what the first appearance of M.O.D.O.K is selling for, right? What do you guys think?
It would have been good if I would have put that on the market report, huh?
Yeah.
Slacker.
This would be interesting to see if it's catching any.
I didn't even look for it because I didn't think it would go.
40 to $50, 20.
Yeah,
Looks like it looks like about a $40 book right now. So
yeah, it's probably about where it stayed. I don't think it drummed up.
Wait, how much is this? Almost $1,000 for a 9.4.
It's a tough book in high grade, so that's not outrageous.
Hold on.
Yeah.
And is that signed by Stan Lee?
No, I think it was Sanat.
Okay.
I didn't, unless Lee was behind it. Yeah, I mean, you got those high grade ones. They're a different beast.
Chris has a good point.
You can't find those.
But I do like some of these covers. Like I like this Hulk cover from 290. There's some really good MODOK covers out there. There's a second or third appearance that isn't too bad. That's a cool cover. I don't know. M.O.D.O.K is just a fun character to me. He's always that character, that goofy character that when he shows up, you know, it's just going to be fucking goofy.
Yeah, I mean, it's still got potential. Just I don't know if this is the one that's going to make it blow up.
I've looked at that book and been like, no. And then I'll look at it again. No.
I've made some money on it in the past, but I just it's a long fucking wait.
I've never picked up a high grade copy. I've bought a bunch of like mid grade, low grade, whatever.
I think I won an 8 in a Raz at one point.
Nice. There we go.
Yeah. All right. So another. Let's see here. Animaniacs coming back to Hulu. Ben's not here, but Stein's the ultimate Animaniacs fan. I loved Animaniacs growing up. That was one of the shows that we watched every single day without fail. It was one of those shows that even adults can enjoy.
So I got a story, boys. So I showed my wife the trailer, and she goes, "Is this fan made or is this real?" And I told her it was real, and I've never seen her so excited in my life.
Wow.
Yeah, Animaniacs. Like I don't even know if my brother knows, but my brother was a big Animaniacs fan, and I'm sure he's going to be stoked when he finds out. They're doing a new animated series.
Oh yeah, dude.
So there's the first issue, number 9, and the last issue is what, 52 or 54? I can't remember.
And there's the DC Universe variants too.
There's a ton of DCU variants. Pinky in the Brain, as Sean was kind enough to observe.
Hold on, keep that up there, Z. 1 second here.
This is supposed to go to Stein, but I've been too lazy to mail it forever. But yeah, I mean,
Nice.
I think a lot of the early ones have the DCU variants. I don't know how far into the run they go.
It was supposed to go to Stein, but now John's going to sell it on eBay.
No,
Yeah.
It's still just whenever I get around to mailing something.
Stein can bid on it though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just send him a link.
Yeah, I think Pinky and the Brain is one of the greatest all-time.
I introduced my children to that at one point, and they loved it.
They are bringing back Pinky and the Brain too. Inside the Animaniacs world, they are making episodes of Pinky and the Brain as well.
Dope.
And Pinky in the Brain also has DCU variants.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Yeah, I love it. So yeah, Animaniacs, we're all stoked about that. I don't think anybody that knows who Animaniacs are isn't excited for that. But here's the question: does it last?
If it's
Hard
good,
to say.
Yeah, if it's good.
I mean, dude, Disney's move today, I guess it kind of parlays into another topic we were going to talk about with their investor call about how they're going to remarket that says, you know, the push is towards streaming. We said it a long time ago when COVID hit, like, where's all the animation? You don't need to put people, in sound stages to get that done. I think we're going to see a lot more of that stuff. I have hope for a lot of these streaming shows. I think people are hungry for content. So do I see Animaniacs sticking around? Hell, yes, I do.
My kids are always like, we've already watched everything. I want something new. Like they don't have the lives we did where you watch the same show when it's on because it's Saturday morning and that's the episode you get. They want to see something new.
That's
all
crazy.
the time.
Think about that. I never thought about that. Like kids don't have to wait for something. Like, I remember the first show. This is gonna sound so goofy. Other than G.I. Joe and cartoons on Saturday, like that was the ultimate. Is there a new G.I. Joe coming out? Cool. Then I'm there, right, with my Captain Crunch cereal. And but I remember the first show that I used to wait for, and this is gonna date me so much. 90210 when 902 first came out. 90210 first came out.
Yeah.
That was the show that, like, I remember going, holy shit, 90210, here we go. Like, all my buddies, we would all watch it, like, when we were young kids. It was weird, dude. But kids don't have to do that anymore.
No, they don't. And I do think that plays into nostalgia for them because they don't have that repeated memory. They have, I streamed a show in a week and they're done. Like, my kid streamed the Goldbergs 5 seasons in about 6 days. And I'm like, he enjoyed it. But that memory of watching it 6 years in a row every week or every couple of weeks isn't there. So it's a weird beast because they do all this. But again, those kids want content. And content wars are going to be real. I mean, people aren't going to continue to pay for Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, all these. They're going to pick the one that they like the most and the one that entertains their kids the most.
Yeah, dude, do you know how much crap I pay for right now?
A lot.
Holy Christ. HBO, Showtime, Hulu, Netflix, you know what I mean? Like all of them.
And you don't watch half of them, right? Maybe watch one
Absolutely,
or two shows
I do.
if you like.
Well, now that's true. But like I try to use all of them, but I'm as guilty as, John's child. I'm like, nothing new.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like,
Yeah, exactly.
I move on.
I'm telling you what, the best show I've watched in freaking ever is on stupid Apple, but I got a subscription because I traded in a phone. And I got 1 year on it.
I don't have it. What is it?
It's Ted Lasso. It's Jason Sudeikis as an American football coach doing soccer. It is fucking hilarious.
You know what I have really enjoyed? Did you guys watch Utopia?
No,
I got through episode 1 and my wife's like, I kind of want to watch that, so I stopped.
It's exceptional. McClay's out, so he doesn't hear any of it.
I'm here. I'm listening.
P-Dubs is out, so he doesn't hear any of it. I think that's what's happening. It's exceptional. I don't want to ruin it for the people that are watching.
I'm going to watch it, dude.
I didn't know what it was about, and then all of a sudden I'm watching. I'm like, sweet.
So it was originally a manga. It is a BBC show, and it's phenomenal. I blew all day Saturday, all day Sunday watching it. I watched 8 episodes in 2 days. I don't binge watch anything. I rarely devote the time to do stuff like that, and I was hooked. It's not what I would call uplifting, but it is absolutely it's wonderful, and it's smart, and it's timely. Check it out, please.
You've got me watching that the Chronicles, the one on HBO, the Lovecraft Chronicles.
Yeah.
That one's freaking not uplifting. Talk about
No, it's not uplifting either. Yeah.
Depressing, but good show.
Yeah. We should tell them like, okay, you can come back.
Yeah.
If that's what happened.
That might be it. Is it? I literally watched one and I was like, I'm gonna go in for more, and my wife's like, I wanted to watch that. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the same boat. I'm gonna tell her we're gonna watch it together.
Yeah. All right. So what else? What else we got here? We want to talk about Amazing Spider-Man.
Well, yeah. So there's
been Spider-Man 3, not Amazing.
Yeah. So there's been a number of different reports that Spider-Man 3 and Doctor Strange Into the Multiverse of Madness are going to kind of parlay into one another. That they are planning a Spider-Verse in the broadest sense, that they're going to have Doctor Strange in Spider-Man 3. They're now talking about, at least in the rumorville, that there's going to be a Deadpool verse. There's rumors about everybody under the sun, from hi buddy, Gwenpool to Lady Deadpool to multiple iterations of Deadpool having their own kind of like multiverse of characters. I don't know the necessary factual predicates about how these rumors got circulated, but they're being talked about as rumors by people who I generally trust. So I assume that there's at least some dialogue about, hey, how can we do this? We've seen Gwenpool on Doctor Strange covers. We've seen Spider-Man and Deadpool on covers together. I wouldn't necessarily be paying market for those books, but they are books that I'll start picking up again. Those kind of variants, to the extent that there may be some potential for something like that to roll out.
So even if they don't have a good plan, we're gonna roll Miles out or any of that, it does open up the idea of a backdoor kind of like the sitcoms, or TV shows, backdoor pilot sort of thing. We don't have to commit to him being in the movie a lot, but we could just flash on him and show 30 seconds, a minute and a half, and go, bam, he's there. Now you tell us how you react.
Absolutely. Hell of a focus group opportunity, right? We can show, Superior Spider-Man or Cosmic Spider-Man or whatever sort of iteration you want. Mayday Parker, who cares? And if people latch on to him, well, then they get greenlit for a pilot. It's pretty genius. Again, we talked about this earlier. My take is I should probably be looking more at TV shows than these film properties, because there's going to be so much time until we see stuff on the big screen. But maybe I'm wrong.
But a show could come quick, and it's who's tied to what networks. I don't even know who Sony does their streaming with right now. Are they still Netflix?
Okay, they are. It's sort of like the highest bidder. Remember when the Into the Spider-Verse creators got that big deal that was supposed to be for TV and film, and part of it was we could make you a streaming network. You want the PlayStation streaming network? And then they kind of nixed that, but they literally offered to make them a streaming network just for the Spider-Man.
Wait, does Sony have Spider-Man for TV?
Yes.
You're sure?
100%.
Okay, so they have TV and movie, not just movie.
Correct.
Okay. But not animated.
No, they've got animated too. Sony's got it all.
They don't have cartoon rights, do they?
They don't own the old property, which can be replayed. That's why it's on Disney, right?
I don't know. They've got some fairly modern stuff with him in it. I don't know. I bet there's some caveats they don't have. But okay.
Here's a question, and Chris Colbert talks about specking on the Spider-Verse. Can this stuff go any higher? Can the Miles stuff go higher?
Dude, I don't know.
Every time I say that, I'm like, well, maybe I'm nuts.
It already was 50% higher than it is today. We've shown it. That's who fucking knows, man. I don't know shit anymore. And whatever I say, probably do the opposite.
Well, we were kind of talking about that. It might have been Modern Playbook. Is there any Miles books or Spider-Gwen books or Spider-Verse stuff that is worth speccing into right now, or is everything too high a buy-in? Christopher Colbert has one. That Spider-Man 2099. I mean that book's printed to shit. But if you're gonna buy variants and stuff, that might be one where there's some undervalued.
I like the Superior Spider-Man 17. Good luck finding it. There's a 9.4 that I look at all the time on eBay, but I'm like, I don't want a 9.4.
What was this book? Hold on, let's blow you up.
Is that the crossed arm one?
Yeah. They again, like so many books, they quietly disappear. From
Is that Matina?
No, that's J.G. Jones.
Okay.
So the 365 newsstand is like $1,000 book now.
But numbers 24?
17.
That white Spider-Man 2099 is always a good play.
It's tough though. I mean, you know how many of those I've bought.
This one, the Copio variant?
No, it's not on there, buddy. You can't find it. J.G. Jones.
It's like the one that's very kind of photo realistic. Looks like it.
Yeah, gotcha.
There
you go.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. That's the Euro version.
Yeah.
Well, there's an American version. Yeah, I mean, there's so few of them that they don't appear on sold listings, right?
Yeah, that was a big book for a minute, and then it disappeared because everybody bought them because it's badass.
Yeah, and they're just gone.
But those are the kind of books that you got to look for. There's probably some other variants he's popping up on. We just haven't dug into it.
There's going to be a segment we kind of talked about it in the chat earlier today, me and Nico, about pre-COVID books that are scarce now. That's the thing. We're me and Nico
9-4 sold, Nico.
Mother, Mary and
just
Joseph.
did it, baby.
Don't
Did you pull the trigger?
No, one of these heathens in the chat did.
Don't worry about what I did. No, I didn't buy it.
Dude, let me tell you how savage our viewers are, right? Well, hell, it doesn't even matter. The point is, I love it. I freaking love it. Yeah, so congratulations, goodbye. I'll probably be, after you crack and slab and press that to a 9.8, I'll probably be paying you way too much money for it. Ugh.
Is there anything now that's worth specking on, right?
Well, a lot of people have already gave up on that clone thing. You talked a lot about the clone after I got off of the Modern Playbook storyline from back in the day, and how it's been
Ben Parker, right?
Yeah, it's been kind of like
Ben O'Reilly.
Ben Riley. It's been kind of like forgotten, But
dude, I collected the shit out of those when I was young. Like those were the series and I remember buying all the tie-ins to that the new Clone Saga that they did in like the late 90s.
Yeah, so I mean, I've got nostalgia for that. And the question is like, do you like the old Silver Age book?
Yes, I have the old Silver Age clone,
right?
And I have the one. No, not the What If. I probably have that, but I have the one where it's a Spider-Man, the show that was on Channel 8. What was that? That was on PBS.
Amazing Friends.
No, not Amazing Friends. It's got the one Spider-Man and Super Friends or something like that. It's got a tight Thanos cover that's got the cube.
Yeah, the Thanos copter.
Yeah, the Thanos copter. So there's an issue of that where it's Spider-Man looking at another Spider-Man and I'll find it. But yeah, I love those. I used to love those stories.
Right. So, I mean, that's one that hasn't gone bananas yet that I think is kind of interesting. But, people talk about it all the time. It's like there's so little left. And then the problem for me, I remember when I first got back into comics, when I first met John, actually, is like I couldn't lose. Right. Like I'd been away for 5 years. I was like a guy who had beginner's luck picking football games. You know what I mean? It was just like winner. Because I had such objectivity, I could just kind of like look with what I knew from before and be like, oh, that should be more money. That should be more money. People are going to love that when they find out about it. This is awesome. And now, day in, day out, week in, week out, you just get so close to comics. It's hard to kind of step back and look at it objectively.
No, we talk about it all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Maybe after my time away from moderns, maybe I should
go back
to the modern market. Maybe I'll have a fresh eyes at this point.
That's what I did. I'm back in, baby. I got comic pickups later.
Woo.
Chris Colbert brings up a point like on the overprinting. Like some of our favorite books are super overprinted.
We'll talk about ASM fucking 300 tonight.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, that's
for example.
We need to get Chris on the show.
I like Chris.
I'm extended an invite to Chris. Whenever he wants to be on the show, he can be on the show.
Yeah, and shout out to Gary Nusser. If you guys aren't following the Comic Perspective on YouTube, you're missing out. So make sure you guys are checking out Gary Nusser's channel. All right.
Hey, can we do a shout out for our own channel real quick, just because we need to do it before the end, because we suck at that sometimes. Check out Free Comic Money. They've got a pinup special that got postponed last week with David Nakayama, great cover artist for Marvel and others. So check it out. They're doing pinups. You'll see some badass books, I am sure. So
one of the best shows on the Tales from the Flipside YouTube channel is 3 Comic Money. If you guys aren't watching that, you're missing out.
They're pretty much getting some kind of creator every week, man. So they're rocking it.
Amen. All right, on to the next, the Omega Red League. Have you guys talked about that?
That's Nico. He's not even paying attention. Just care.
Sorry,
So,
I struggle. People are sending me
I'll
text
do it.
messages.
I'll
I was
do it.
trying to read them.
So
He's
Nico
buying
is
something.
Yeah, I know. So
I was thinking about it.
What leaked over on, I guess, maybe some social media platform was a Omega Red leak from Winter Soldier and Falcon series. They did have a trailer showing it off in February and March that I could tell. It was probably taken down. I tried to look at my interweb skills. They're lacking. So I did not see it. I didn't. I don't know, Nico. Did we confirm it? Did you see it?
No, so it's getting
forever.
traction. And yeah, well, so there was back in February, there was like Omega Red, and there was that like dumb like thing that clearly wasn't a leak that someone had just generated, right? And
Like
I was
a
like,
fan
that's
made.
cute. Yeah, it was adorable. And then today, I've seen a couple different news outlets that are like, the plot has leaked, Omega Red. And I'm just like, I'd like to find out if that was true or not. And I didn't have the time to actually kind of like dig in and look. The truth of it is that unfortunately we have a market that is much like the real world, where apparently, the Renaissance was brought about by the printing press, right? Like we got out of the dark ages, and now it's like we're going back into the dark ages because of disinformation. The comic market suffers very much in the same way, right? It's like, people just like make shit up and like, that's true. And you're just like, oh God, is it real or not? So I don't know, but if you don't really care about Omega Red and we're smart enough to have, slab 29/8 from $1 bin to a $300 book or whatever. Now might be the time to unload half.
Sell for a minute, because who knows how long it takes to get back. I mean,
yeah, and I don't know, dude. I mean, you think it's happening?
To come back's a minute, Even if it happens, it's going to be.
And again, talk about
part.
Dude, talk about like overprinted books.
Oh yeah.
Holy
yeah, but let's look
Christ.
and see what those are. Let's do our little live in-game.
Thank you, DS.
In-game look.
Exactly.
Let's see what those books are selling for. Right, that was X-Men 4.
Yeah.
Yep. It's already freaking bananas. It's just bizarre what it sells for.
And there's
already.
A ton of them. There is a ton of them, and they can be pressed, right?
Yeah. I sold a couple in the last, couple months. I was like, fucking, I'm done. I took my $25 or whatever I got from them and moved on. They weren't 9/8.
$35 raw. $35 raw for that book, gentlemen.
Which is
$125 for a 9/8.
I remember putting that out at shows for $5 and hoping a couple moved. I remember putting it. Deno, I put it on the spice rack a few times. I recall.
I do recall. So here we go, boys. So I'm gonna share his screen. So we're gonna do even a deeper dive in. Dive in. Here we go. So here we go. So X-Men 4, we have 2,000.
Holy
22 9/8s. We have 277 signature series, 853 9/6s. I feel bad for those guys.
I kind of want the one green label, man.
Yeah, what did they do to it?
They probably signed it. They probably signed it. They probably.
I kind of want it now.
It's somebody who's a bum who didn't know how CGC signature series worked and thought it was just gonna fly by. And actually, there's 2 green labels. There's a 7.5 green label.
I want the 9/8, man. Fuck that.
There is one 4.0 graded. I would like that one. Who grades a 4.0 of this book? I don't know.
Oh God, love it.
Yeah, I like how there's a fine 5.5.
That's where we're at.
Series too. So.
Oh God. Oh, the joys of the census some days.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Gary Nesser brought up something in chat for all of you drunken chat son fans in the building. Go ahead and go eat on that. If you guys go take a look, Captain Marvel number 22 book is still available at Midtown. Regular cover and the Granov will probably be nice flips. So there you go. If you guys want to go take a look, it might be still available. All right. Nick Fury, Hulkling, Amadeus Cho, all this talk about Hulkling
Yeah.
being in the.
Well, but they call him Brawny now. He's no longer the totally awesome Hulk, right?
They
Now
call
he's
him Brawny, like in
got a
like
sword.
LeBron James' son.
Brawny man.
Like he should be doing commercials for paper towels.
Braun. Maybe they don't call him Brawny. Anyway, long story short, a lot of people have been suggesting that Amadeus Cho is going to roll out of the Nick Fury secret, sort of like, not secret empire,
Secret Empire, right? Secret Invasion.
Yeah.
Secret Invasion. Thank you. I'm sorry. The Secret Invasion, TV show that the Sword sort of Captain Marvel sequel thing that, again, I like Spectex making fun of me, so everybody makes fun of me about the brawny lad. I don't know
right there.
if any of that My Little Pony brony. It's all very confusing to me, but I should read more of the Champions characters, but I won't. Suffice to say, I don't know about the veracity of any of that, but I would be aware of that. Like the price tag on the Amazing Fantasy Volume 2, number 14, it's now out of control. Do you want to look at that one?
Can I ask
it's like
a silly question?
It's like
though?
$1,500, dude. Like $1,000, $1,200.
I'm sorry.
So
what's the book?
Ozzy wants to kick my ass because I made fun of him because his first spec book into the game was that. And I'm like,
Oh,
you fucking
shit.
idiot. And he sold it.
Ouch.
But
Oh,
Can I-
we didn't have
can
like
I
a
say,
stack
though-
of them. Yeah.
isn't there confusion to me, though? Like, we're all talking Young Avengers, Hulkling, but then we're talking Braun. That would confuse the world, I think, because I don't even barely understand it.
It's Amadeus Cho.
I understand Amadeus Cho, but you've got the Young
Oh,
Avengers, which
boy,
is not
look at that one.
Amadeus Cho, that's Hulkling.
9/11, boys.
Yeah.
Wait a second. Let's go back to current listings. Whoever paid for
Holy shit.
that's $12.99.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a lot of attention and serious money being spent on this character.
Listen, you're too late to the ball game if you're paying these prices, I think.
10 grand for a 9.6. What is this? ASM 678 or 667? Jesus.
That brings to a good point or a good question. I feel like some of these people who post stuff on eBay is just it's a place to post their trophies rather than sell them.
Who knows? But the thing is, for sure, I hate that when people are like, oh, this is a really rare book. And I'm like, there's 75 copies up at $1,000 a piece. Okay. Yeah. So apparently, even if it's rare and there's only 75 copies, apparently nobody cares about it. They just want to get rid of it anyway. I tend to look for books that, there's one and it's in, Guadalumpur and, or one up there that I can try to like pry out of the cold, dead hands of the owner. This is a cool book. I might be a little butthurt about it because I passed on a stack of them at like $50 a piece 6 months ago. And,
okay, here we go, boys. 138 9/8, 14 signature series. 157 9/6 is an 8 signature series.
Less than I thought.
Yeah. And look, somebody graded a 2.0. Let's go, boys.
Hey, check the private chat.
Price what?
Check the private chat for me.
Oh, okay. I see. So.
Yeah, so I just frick, man. I don't know. That book, it feels far away from me. I mean, they're just now hitting She-Hulk. To jump from She-Hulk to Amadeus just feels like, we're just speeding through all this. I understand that Ruffalo as a heel is banned and they've got to replace him.
Yeah, but he's a Kree, right? He's not an irradiated.
You're talking two different people. There's one character that is
Hulkling is a Kree, not Amadeus.
Yes, that's my whole point. Is there's two different characters that are both things. You have Hulkling that has nothing to do with Hulk, and you have Braun who is Amadeus Cho.
Yeah, forgive me for
Hulkling
calling
is in
him
Young
Hulkling.
Avengers that we're all specking
Forgive
on,
me-
and Amadeus
forgive-
Cho is another line. Like, we're going
Yeah,
this way.
Forgive me for calling him Hulkling. I think there's no shot there. It's the other one. The other character is the one everybody's going nuts about. Nobody cares about Hulkling. I apologize.
I understand, but if you're going
I
Young
care-
Avengers, he's on there.
Well, they'll just recast his ass, right?
All right, well, whatever.
Isn't that the way they're going to do that? Or do you think they're going to do it the other way?
I just feel like this is weird. I don't understand which character, why even grab both of them. Like, what?
There's just so much ground to cover.
So
before.
much
we've
stuff, dude.
got Red Hulk, Red She-Hulk, Gray Hulk. I mean, there's all these other iterations we can get to before we got to fucking go to Amadeus Cho.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's most people's arguments, right? Is that
And what sword
Exactly
does
that.
he have?
We can go to Weapon H even.
Penny or something? What sword does he have?
That's Hulkling, isn't it?
Yeah. Hulkling's got the sword.
Yeah, and you're talking Chow. So I'm like, we can't understand it, you know? Don't
Yeah.
throw that at the general public.
yeah.
So,
Like, the Young Avengers or the New Avengers have one animated movie that happened like 5 years ago, 10 years ago. That's the
It's a
only
Star
exposure.
Sword. It's a Star Sword. Yeah.
Remember
So-
there was one Hulk and it was
Maybe
Lou Ferrigno?
they'll retcon that through Donny Cates.
Another thing that we haven't talked about that is huge. That's the sword he's carrying. So there's one of the 10 of swords, right? Of course, that's got to be his Excelsior is one of the 10 of swords, right? I mean, where's Ultra Maximus when we need him? Another question that of something that we haven't really talked about tonight is unless you guys talked about it when I walked away for a second, the Green Lantern Corps stuff.
yeah.
I
What do you
am
guys think?
super excited. I am super excited. I know that we're not getting Hal. I know we're not getting Kyle, or it hasn't been announced yet. If you guys don't think those characters are showing up somewhere, you're crazy. So I'm good for any Green Lantern story coming out.
I'm psyched.
okay.
It sounds like an anthology to me, which sounds like the way to do it.
I agree. Yep. And the Green Lantern Corps was always the play for a TV show. It gives you many more stories. It gives you the ability to play out in the cosmic realm, in the space realm, where you can make up just about anything, and you have a bunch of good characters to play with already.
You want to talk about the characters that were announced?
Yes, and that's where we're going spec-wise. So for spec-wise, with the characters that are announced, what are we looking at, Nico?
Well, there's Simon Baz, Alan Scott, not going to be able to get his first appearance. That's heart-wrenching.
No, but
Yeah.
you could play the Green Lantern 40 for him.
Or what is it? The Earth 2 number 3.
Yeah,
Which
the new
was the-
50. Yeah,
that's the iteration where he's actually gay, which they put in the Deadline scoop. Like, and
Yeah.
it's true to the comic, he's a homosexual. We're like, thanks, Deadline.
but he has kids, though. It's weird. It's like,
well, I mean,
I get it.
I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like,
I get it.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the intro, the multiverse one as an
like they didn't say.
I agree with you. That's a
Simon
great
Baz,
cover.
True to the comic book. He's an African American. I mean, I'm just like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, the way that we just fucking pander to people in like really inartful ways.
Yeah, a lot of people are pissed that we're not getting Jon Stewart because
well, aren't they saving Stewart for the big screen? I mean, if you're gonna,
I
I
think
hope
so.
so. I hope so.
yeah. And so there's Simon Baz, Alan Scott, Jessica Cruz, who
The
13
weirdest
different
first appearance.
first appearances. Which
all
one do you
over
like?
the place.
Justice League 31.
I don't know. I'll be honest. I am waiting for the market to tell me on that one. I feel like the market has already chosen where it's the one with just her arm, just because there's so many good versions of that book to
Is
get.
that the one with the combo pack and all that?
Yes,
That's the 30.
thick,
And
the
then-
thick one.
Guy Gardner.
Yeah.
Guy Gardner's a weird one. Obviously, his first appearance, which is 87, right? Green Lantern 87. Yeah,
It's
here
a
we
cool
go.
Book.
No, it's not 87. 87 Stewart.
Oh,
87 Stewart. Yeah, sorry.
65, maybe.
65. Okay.
I think.
I think it is 65.
Okay.
So Guy Gardner is such a weird character. If you guys saw Modern Playbook,
Nobody liked him.
yeah. I mean, the Ultra Maximus did a really good specs show on the Modern Playbook about Guy Gardner and about just this Green Lantern Corps stuff. But the Guy Gardner stuff is terrible. Like, other than that first appearance, what do you get a spec on? Like, it's just so terrible.
It's 59, boys. I'm sorry.
All right.
59.
He's a character. He'll probably show up. I don't think they're going to focus on him because he's not. He's kind of the not PC character at this point.
Yeah, he's an asshole. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's going to be the Earth Green Lantern, right? He's going to be Earth's Green Lantern.
Well, there's 17 Earth's Green Lanterns at this point, I think.
Does anybody actually dig their Green Lantern books when they're at the store? Besides Brian?
Ozzy does, like,
Does he?
fucking feverishly.
Really?
I think the villains are more interesting, honestly.
Green Lantern, the
No
whole
doubt.
Green Lantern storyline, the saga, the mythos is one of my all-time favorite heroes.
I mean,
Now,
you know,
here's my
the
question.
freeze,
If you
atrocities, all the other cores, those are interesting.
Yeah, but if you blow Sinestro on TV, does that mean you can't do him on a film? Is he the only crossover character? Do they
No,
have to actually have an interrelated television and film universe? Like,
No,
what do
because
they- what do you
DC
think?
isn't even trying to do that. They've just basically said they're just doing movies that run independently sometimes instead of a universe. I think they found out their stories just do better as independent items. Like the Joker has nothing to do with Batman, and
Well-
the new Batman has nothing to do with Justice League.
But if we do Sinestro on TV, there is no Sinestro in a film, then, right?
No, but if we do Sinestro on TV, that means we can skip past Sinestro in the next movie and go on to something more fun.
I think they're going to do Sinestro as a Green Lantern Corps member again.
Because, I mean, the issue is that Green Lantern is so fucking confusing. You got to go through so much history to get to the fun stuff that's now, that it might make sense to play that battle out on TV and explain what happened to the general population, and then they know, and then let's open it up, because that feels like that's like Spider-Man and his origin. We got to show it every time, but the world's
Right,
tired of
save
it.
some
We've seen
screen
it 12
time.
times, you know?
Look who's joining us late in the show. The one and only Ben Stein. What up, brother?
Hey, what's going on? Hey.
So,
Hi,
for
buddy.
all of you guys that don't know, you can guess where is Ben at tonight.
There's no prizes either.
There's no prizes.
Although there is going to be a giveaway.
We're going to give away some books, right?
Yeah, that's really the main reason I jumped on. Is just want to give away stuff.
Before we do that, I want to give
The question.
a real quick shout out, the shout out to Comic Barricade. If you guys aren't using Comic Barricade, you guys are crazy. Like, these things help save so many horror stories in your comic boxes. They support Stabilize, and they are amazing. Insert support Stabilize, comicbarricade.com. Get 10% off your order and free shipping if you use the code CBSI Tales. So make sure you guys are using that promo code CBSI Tales and get 10% off and free shipping. Comic Barricade, they got the Comic Barricade XL and the card sizes, I believe, too. Those Comic Barricade XLs are where it's at. So, all right.
Definitely.
Nice
Hell
work,
yeah.
dude, for spacing out the promos. Good stuff. Can we start a cause for Brian to clip his hair and donate some to Ben?
Hey, you know what? The wife likes it even better than when I had hair. So
That's
All right.
that's the key. Happy wife, happy life.
You got a nice head, though. That's a good
Aw.
thing. If I had to shave my head, it'd be a fucking mess.
That's bridge too far. Bridge too far.
What books do we have to give away tonight, Ben?
let's see. Do you guys want to go red or green?
Let's
Or
go
blue.
green, because I think the green one is the special one. For those of you that don't know, Greg Horn did a really awesome homage cover to the Neil Adams Superman variant with he did it with Spider-Man though. So if you want to show everybody these amazing Greg Horn.
Oh, it's gonna look terrible because it's
All right.
green.
All right, how are we
Hold
gonna
on.
do this?
Here.
Hold on, I'll bring it.
Here,
I'll,
no,
I'll
no,
sh-
no, here we go. Here we go. I'll just I'm gonna turn off my green screen real quick.
Green screen. You're lured. It's like a wrestling. You're pulling back the curtain, man.
Yeah, that is gorgeous, man. Miles, here's the Miles variant, you guys, that you haven't spec'd on yet. So we were talking earlier on the Miles stuff. This is a great. This is like the C cover, right? Or the variant.
I don't know. He only did two. He only did two. So it's this one and the red, which is the Peter Parker.
Which is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah. So he did the Peter Parker with the 850 breaking away the chains, and then the Miles is breaking away Outlawed, which I guess is the storyline.
Yep.
That's awesome.
So why don't we do this? Why don't we?
So we're gonna give away. We're gonna give this one away, and a huge shout out, thanks to Greg Horn, and his handler Mark. They're very generous. They've been very generous, and we just want to make sure that you guys are supporting them. So if you do want to buy this, you can go to greghornart.com and buy it. I believe the set is 70, I think 60 or 70 for the pair.
Well, let me go there. I'll go ahead and while we're talking about it, bring it up.
You know, some of these creators are a little stingy on what they do, but Greg Horn is not. As
you guys know, we've talked about the punchline variant. So here's the beautiful Bird City punchline variant that Bird City did with Greg Horn. So make sure you guys are picking up that set too. But this is the Amazing Spider-Man set, which is absolutely gorgeous. So if you guys want to go get some copies, you can get raw and graded copies of that set.
There's a Hero one too.
What's that?
There's Outlawed 850 and then Hero.
That one he actually he airbrushed over it.
Yeah.
So like the one he airbrushed the top and put Excelsior, and then on the Miles one because he kind of does that. He'll black out the whole. Yeah, he'll black out the whole half the book or whatever.
Yeah,
sweet.
So make sure you guys are checking out.
You guys got to talk to him.
It was a really good interview.
It was a killer episode.
Yeah, if you guys get a chance, go check out last week's Flipside. It was really, really good interview. Greg Horn is a really cool dude. He's got some great stories, and I really hope to get him on the show more often. But that was a really fun to have him on and to talk with him about. I mean, like, if you think of some of the greatest covers that have come out in the last 10 years, Greg Horn's name's been on a lot of them.
Yeah, I'm sorry I missed that. I was stuck in a hotel room and it was not sounding good at all.
Well, it was a lot of fun, and but family always comes first, brother. All right, let's see here. How are we going to give this away? We have got 95 live viewers right now. For everybody that is watching live right now, if you guys comment in the live chat right now, you have a chance to win this. So we'll take 5 minutes here, and whoever comments in the live chat over the next 5 minutes, you have a better chance to win this book, because we're just going to take a random commenter in the live chat. So we'll go ahead and just wait 5 minutes for that if you got the 5 minutes.
But if you comment something about the Lakers, then you're disqualified. So
I saw somebody in here from Facebook. It just comes up as Facebook user. I think whoever that is, they have to sign in or something. Deno, what do you got to do to get your real name or the screen name or something?
They had to register. Yeah, they had to register. They had to log in, and then that's how they comment. So you can't just not log in.
Yeah, so if you're a Facebook viewer and you haven't already done that, just search Facebook and StreamYard, and you will see how to fix that. All right. Well, okay, let's talk about we were talking about the Green Lantern stuff. One of the things that was really crazy that happened over the weekend or over the last week that was just blew me away was this Harrison Ford autograph craziness.
I almost forgot about this. I was going to leave it out, and then it got me fired up.
Yeah, 1,000. What is it, like almost $1,500?
So this is the. I mean, I understand charging a premium. You're a big actor, yada yada yada. But I think you can get almost anybody for less than 1,000, right? Schwarzenegger was like $400 or $500 for that Conan book. I don't know.
Harrison the ultimate get?
No.
I think I think if you're a Star Wars collector and you've got a set, he's got you by the balls, and he knows it.
A lot.
That's the thing that got me. It's an increasing price. It's $1,000 and change for if he's the only one to sign the book. If you have 4 other SIGs on it, it's like $1,250, and if you have more than 4, it's $1,500. So he's like, oh, so these guys that have everybody but me, I'm going to charge them more.
Yeah, what a piece of shit.
And it's not, you're not getting experience. You're not seeing him. You're literally just sending your book off to be signed.
Can he draw something for $1,400?
Yeah, right. I mean, I don't know, man. Listen, where some of the other people in the Star Wars universe are like ambassadors. I remember Carrie Fisher was at IndieCon that one time.
Yeah.
And her line was so slow because she like gave everybody an experience. She had fucking glitter she was throwing at people. She was fun. Mark Hamill probably doesn't sign like he was, but the man signed at cons for decades. And a lot of those other folks you see there. So like Harrison feels like he's taking advantage of that fandom to a point of the most diehard fans that have like had their books through lines and met all these folks. He's like, well, I'm going to charge you more instead of less.
So do you think that his signature, the people who go for speculation purposes and say like, oh, I'm going to get this signed because he doesn't sign very much, obviously. Does that drive up the price of the books? Are you going to see these like sneaker deals and stuff like that where you'll see now the book's $3,000 because he signed it? I mean,
maybe. I don't know. Listen, Star Wars fans are unfucking predictable, right?
Yeah.
A lot of them have a lot of fucking money and have been at this a really long time and have a lot of fucking passion. I just think it's fucking rough, man. Like,
he even looks mad in that picture, like he's not getting paid enough.
I would love somebody that's like big into SIGs to tell me, has anybody even close to these numbers? Because in my head, you could get unless you're Robert Downey fucking Jr., you're under this number.
Well,
and I'm not even sure he's under this number.
I remember being a kid, like a small kid, and I wanted to, Joe DiMaggio was still alive. Okay, tells you how old I am. And I remember wanting Joe DiMaggio to sign a bat. I remember wanting him to sign a bat, and that was like at the time, just the most like, how do you ever get that? How could I ever afford that? And I hope that there's not some little kid out there who's like, man, I'd really like for Indiana Jones to sign whatever.
Do you think like if a
that
kid
would be
went
the
up to him,
ultimate fucking play instead of sending Star Wars in?
send your kid?
Indiana Jones one.
Yeah.
Do you think if you sent your kid?
Send Indiana Jones in. I got a fucking original Star Wars movie poster back there. I'd be sending Indiana Jones in a heartbeat. It's his pinnacle performance.
Hey, Nico, you need to get the Treasure Boys to do that. We'll all pitch in and have the Treasure Boys send us Indiana Jones like 90-cent comic and have a $1,500 signature.
Yeah.
Can he sign it Han
Dude,
Solo?
I buy Indiana Jones comic books. I like Indiana Jones comic books. They're like my thing. You know how
what's fun?
McClay's buddy likes those Super Bros. I like Indiana Jones comics. Leave me alone.
You know what's weird though is like you do a search on eBay, and I mean there's only a few that have sold, and they've sold around 900 for 9/8 like of the
Stein,
John
you
Tyler
think
Creek.
like me? I'm the same. I went straight to eBay. Like, what the fuck's this really cost? You know?
Yeah, I'd just rather just buy a 9/8 that's already done if I'm gonna buy that.
Absolutely.
There's no, but I think it.
I was looking at cards, comics, the whole nine.
This is aimed at the Star Wars audience, man. 100%.
As far as collectability, wouldn't you rather have a guy that doesn't sign much, like Frazetta or something like that? There's just not enough out there, rather than the guy that signs, every 10 seconds for 20 years. I mean, that's really cool, but as far as collectability and resaleability, resaleability, whatever it is.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying he can't charge a number. I just don't love that he's upcharging the people that have already put in all that time.
I want to get Brian's statement on this. Brian, do you think this is because of the fuck up of Star Wars Celebration and how terrible it was? And you're just trying to double down on fucking the Star Wars fan group?
I think this is just Harrison Ford being a dick, because I really truly believe Harrison Ford is a dick in real life. Have you ever seen him on David Letterman or like Jay Leno or anything? He hates every second of it. Like he just could, anything he could do to get out of that moment right there, he would do. And he just hates every second of fame. And when it comes to fame, what is the first thing? Like one of the first things you think of is money and signing autographs. And he hates it. Like everybody in the chat is saying, well, not everybody, but a lot of people are saying, you know, they heard Harrison Ford is a dickhead. And that's what it seems like. I'll be honest. He seems like that Clint Eastwood, get off my lawn, old man.
Okay, boomer.
Yeah.
I just like I said, I don't know. It's fucking crazy. I would pay for Robert Downey Jr., any of those guys before, because honestly, at this point, they're more relevant.
I think John in the
How dare you?
Good comment too.
Do your kids know who that is? You don't have kids, but my kids don't fucking know.
I think
it's a movie I want them to watch. They're like, it sucks, Dad.
Other people are going to raise their prices too. Maybe that sucks.
Giant training. Here we come.
I want to know one person in the chat right now. If there's one person that is watching right now, let us know if you would pay $1,000 for Harrison Ford's autograph. Not $1,475. Would you even pay $1,000? Which is
not
less.
In person and a mail-in.
Wait. All right. Let me go with this. I know one person in the chat who doesn't maybe want to be known paid $1,000 for an autographed book, and I paid $1,000 premium for my Frazetta.
That's different. Frazetta's different, man. Frazetta's passed away, and he's a legend. I mean, I know Harrison Ford's a legend, but he's not dead yet.
If he wants to talk about it, he can. I saw him in the chat. He talked about it privately about he paid a fuck ton for an autograph.
I paid $1,000 for a Hulk Hogan signed belt.
That's a belt, though. There's some production value in the belt.
Yeah. Well, how great is the belt? Is the belt just like a toy from Walmart?
No, I bet it's pretty fucking nice from what
I do. I have it with me?
It's like it's beefy, right?
Dude, yeah, it's like a real belt. It's I just get them. He had the WCW one, but had NWO on it, and I should have got that one.
What do they call it? They don't call it a belt. They call it a
strap, brother.
A strap. Yeah, a strap, brother.
Anyways, it's a yellow Intercontinental belt that Hulk Hogan also wear. It's not the belt, but it's a replica of the belt. But it's beefy as hell, dude. I wear it around when I want to feel like I'm back.
See, Doc Joe, I would probably pay if you're meeting the guy. That's where I'm at. I mean, you're not.
Is that experience of meeting any of these people really worth any extra money?
Yeah, would you want to meet him? Would you want to meet him if he said crunchy old? I mean.
Yeah, I mean, because I got
my fan. Look at this.
Oh gosh. I mean, because last year when I went to C2E2, somebody gave me Paul Rudd's a ticket to get Paul Rudd's autograph, and he's like a really charismatic, funny guy, and he's real engaging with people. But I'll be honest, I stood in line and I got the book signed, and I was like, I could have really cared less. I mean, it was not worth. It was not worth even $20 for me to stand there and watch him sign a book and make a little joke to me and then me walk on. It wasn't worth it.
But I was really sad that Pee Wee from Pee Wee's Playhouse canceled at the Pittsburgh Comic Con because of COVID-19. Because I was going to go and meet him. Just saying.
My wife texted me. My wife texts me inappropriate things and say, well, what I do after I wear the belt, so I cannot say that.
Listen, I'm not one that loves getting signed. I don't love meeting most of the people. I just doesn't my thing. I get a little shy and starstruck. I'm an introvert other than fucking talking to you assholes drinking booze.
Dude,
apparently doing something with Jorge since he wanted to pay for your autograph. So
Yeah, so I want
One fan.
different Jorge. Also, I am not the Nico from dollar low grade comic book nipples. That's a different guy. And one time I went and got Bill Clinton to sign. I got my picture taken with Bill Clinton as a child. And then I went back to a fundraiser and had him sign the fucking photo. I weaseled my way all the way to the front, right? And I got him to sign it like best wishes, George and Dave. That's my little brother. Bill Clinton or whatever. And he was like, man, I look good here. I was so happy, dude. I got him before he was president and before Obama beat his wife in the primary. Like, bang, bang.
Listen,
Ben, I bet it'd be different for you if it were a sports figure, though.
Yeah, they'd be like,
See?
Well, okay.
I wouldn't pay $1,000
really well.
Okay, so here, look. So here, I've got a very timely story. I actually have a really cool, and it's in storage. But I've got back in like the 80s, 70s, and 90s or whatever. For newspapers, they don't make those anymore. But newspapers, they used to actually send these wire photos to all the newspaper companies or whatever, and that's what the photos they would use for their papers. Well, I got a hold of a bunch of these, and I've got one, and it's got Johnny Bench bending down to tag Joe Morgan, and and I'm from Cincinnati, and because Joe Morgan was playing for Philadelphia or something at the time, whoever it was, so they had a big Red Machine reunion here in Cincinnati, and I got both Johnny Bench and Joe Morgan. Which, if you don't know, Joe Morgan passed away today. But I got both of them to sign it next to the thing. And they were both like, oh, I've never signed anything like this before. That's really cool. But that experience was like 10 seconds of my life. I could care less. I really could.
I've only met a handful of creators. So I go to shows. I just don't go talk to them because I feel like they're like on and they're performing, and I don't. Like, I went to Iron City Con one year, and James O'Barr was there. And you know I fucking love the Crow. I didn't even take a book to sign. I went, I talked to him for a few minutes. He was pretty fucking quiet and shy. Talked for a few minutes.
Kind of weird.
And said something, and I bought a print and had him sign it, and that was it. You know?
I want to circle back to Nico's comments about what low grade Denny's were you at in Arkansas to get his get his autograph, and what were you comic hunting back when you were like 5 years old?
So I was in Weirton, West Virginia, and long story short, this is a great story. My dad worked for the governor at the time. He was like a speechwriter, did some other things, but I was friends with the governor's wife. Who was a symphony or orchestra conductor. I was like 8, 9 years old, and she thought that I was a political savant because I was into sports cards. And I was like, look, you want to win this re-election? Make sports cards with the governor's picture on them. Put a celebrity on there with you. He did put Arnold Schwarzenegger on the sports card, right? The little non-sports card, whatever, and give them out to kids at schools. They'll go home and tell their parents, look, it's Governor Caperton. You should vote for him. I love him. And you'll get reelected. She thought I was a genius. So I see her at the Clinton rally, right? This is, when early on when he did the train tour, and I'm like, Rachel, and I like duck under the velvet ropes, and I beeline it over to her, and a state cop like snatches my ass up. Mind you, she just had some bad press for allegedly slapping a state cop. She's like, and he let me go, and I zip over to her, and then she introduced me to Hillary, who was incredibly intimidating, dude. I just like looked at her like, and I was like, can I meet your husband? And she walked me over to Bill, who just like put me in a headlock, grabbed my little brother out of the crowd, put him in a headlock, and took like $1 million photo. The guy is more charismatic than any person I've ever met in my entire life.
Wait, how old
show?
How old are you?
Like a child. Like I was probably.
I like picking boogers out of my nose, and you're giving political advice. What's wrong with you?
The photo's on my Facebook.
Oh.
I underperformed. Remember, there were a lot of people that got really excited about my drug use. Trust me, don't do drugs. But anyway, long story short.
Hey, were you taller back then?
Short.
Did you like shrink?
Yeah, that's what drugs do to you, Ben. They shrink you. It's terrible.
They
It
shrink
used
you
to be your
down
height.
or narrow. I maybe need
Yeah.
to narrow it.
All of the ways. It's all very bad. So anyway, long story short, I then go back, right? And I remember we're walking into the rally, me and my buddy, who's also an attorney, and he's like, "Look, George, I know you wanted to come here. I'm an Obama guy," and I was like, "Yeah, so am I. Shut the fuck up. I'm getting this photo signed." and we went. I got the photo signed, and out I went. Done.
I have a buddy.
You gotta show it next time.
I have a buddy who collects presidential signatures, and he likes to get their books that they write, and then he'll send them a self-addressed stamped envelope to have them sign like a sticker, and then put that sticker inside of their books. And I guess it's a thing, yeah.
Are there any presidential signature series books? I mean, I know that there. I bet
there's some of the Obamas somebody snuck in.
I mean, there's several. Pretty much every president's been on a cover, right?
Dude, what would be a 6 signature series book would be a Trump signature on the Lex Luthor one shot that they drew after the Trump book
cover.
Because when they make that fucking Lex Luthor movie about Donald Trump, that book will go fucking bananas.
Or the heavy metal that he appeared in as the president.
I just think it would be cool to have any presidential signature.
Yeah,
so
of course,
you could,
right.
And Stein,
Kennedy, Nixon, doesn't matter. Yeah, I agree, 100%.
There's cards out there, Stein, there's like history cards from top.
Carter's got that one on the Marvel team up.
Oh yeah, they're I mean, I've seen like cut signatures, the
history sets.
Yeah, but like to have it on a comic book would would be really interesting.
Yeah, My Hero, Macadamia, like any of them. Doesn't matter, whatever it is. I'll take it.
Hey, since we're here, that's a good point that just got thrown up. The Savage Dragon 253 with Kamala and Biden on the cover.
I didn't order them.
You did or didn't?
Did not, but I mean...
I thought about it.
Is there seriously, has anybody purchased a Savage Dragon book in the past 15 years?
They're getting heat, unbelievably.
Because I'll talk about Savage Dragon.
They had Obama, right?
Savage Dragon has one of my favorite all-time books, and that's the Don't Fuck With God book. When I was a kid, I remember I was collecting comics at the time. I was going every Wednesday to the store. I remember when that book came out and trying to find the non-censored book of the Don't Fuck With God, where it's not censored. And finding that book was such a pain in the ass. And I still have that as one of my saved searches in eBay to this day.
Yeah.
Well, it's because, I mean, seriously, the book doesn't even make the top 500.
No.
There's the print run on these things are probably like 350, 400.
They've got the new one that just popped off.
Then.
Well, they have the new one that just popped off. I don't know if anybody's going to care, but it's the Charlie Brown cover.
Yeah, that was cool too.
We put it on IG. I spared everybody the Kamala or Harris stuff on the IG, but the Charlie Brown one I absolutely popped off. It's there, and then from like 150 to I don't know, they're low print, and people are starting to snag them up, particularly the ratios. I know a lot of people. Well, just Savage Dragon books, period. I know a lot of people that are stacking them. They think they're going to be the next Spawn. I am less confident than a lot of my friends.
To be fair, he's been running as long as Spawn.
Yeah, they just mean that they think the books are going to, there's going to be winners and losers. And if you're in at $1, why wouldn't you take them?
Yes, no, I don't disagree.
I think I honestly, though, lost any kind of, I mean, if you want to be political on your books, great. But once he basically just decided to start, just basically do straight porn on his covers, that's when I lost.
I didn't know this.
Yeah, well, I know that was that 225. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
It's basically just porn. Like,
that's weird.
And then the only reason he did it was to sell books. And so it's like, whatever point.
He was also not likable. Like I don't pay any attention to Savage Dragon, but that must have been what they were talking about.
Yeah, like if you want to do whatever, make your statements, but as soon as you basically just revert to that just to sell books, then you don't get any respect from me. I mean, you're worse than. I mean, it was worse than Zenoscope. I mean, it was like Boundless. I mean, it was Boundless covers, or worse.
With a big green cock.
Yeah, I mean, it was terrible.
Oh, come on, man.
I don't disagree that there might be some books in there that are interesting plays.
No, I mean, I've got.
It's kind of like, we talk about all the other ones. Like Cerebus was a huge run, but it's way underground. Savage Dragon's going to kind of be that Cerebus book versus Image and Spawn. That's the popular one.
All right. Do we want to give that book away? Let's give that book away real quick. How about we give away a book real quick? We're going to do this, of course, the way we do it every show. That's why I was asking you guys to be talkative in the chat tonight. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here.
I can't imagine how many comments you just got. It was flying.
Flooding. Yeah. So Matrix style, guys. All right, Ben, you're going to say stop. Give it a little bit of time here. Whenever I stop talking, you say stop, and we'll pick a winner right about. Choose any time after now.
Oh, stop.
Shout out to Immortal Idiots. I don't think there's a better.
Hey, he's got a great
comment.
IG page.
Yeah, Immortal Idiots is a good dude. Shout out to Immortal Idiots. He's always chatting on this show and Drunken Chat Son, and he wins with the "Do you guys ever stop complaining?"
No, I think he's actually referring directly to me.
Yeah. Ah. So
hey,
Immortal.
But congratulations, though.
Yeah, shout out to Immortal. He won a gorgeous Greg Horn variant. So yeah, he's super stoked. We love you, brother. We love you.
Hey, I'm going to be super positive and say congratulations. You deserve the book.
I'm sorry. This is the comment of the day. I just realized I clicked Dragon covers, but don't own a single Savage Dragon. JJ Maxwell, good stuff.
Immortal, hit up At the Wall Comics on IG, and we'll get that sent out to you. Listen, you guys, that's the fun about the show. We love this community. We love everything that we do in this community, and we appreciate you. So we'll be sending out those. Stein will be sending out that book to you.
But I am going to be out of town, so it will not be sent out until I get back, which it will be in 10 days. So
free book. I'm sure
it'll be faster than I sent Stein this Animaniacs DCU that I've had for a year, so you'll be fine.
Stein, which one do you have?
Number.
Don't
4.
say number 9. Oh, I don't have that one. So.
Oh wait, hold on. This is the.
I said I was going to send this to you like a year ago, and I still haven't. So I'm.
Hey, you just need to catch me to con and just give it to me.
Well, we haven't been able to do that in a while.
I know.
All right. Are we going to do the market report here?
Here we go. Who's excited?
We're hour and a half in. Market report time, boys.
Oh, we lost Brian.
I'll do it. All
right. You start down the list. Just go whatever.
Okay.
We ready to do the market report?
Oh yeah.
That's what we just said.
I was going to do it, but that's okay. Hit it up, Brian. You did it.
All right. Z, you have sorry guys. You see all the I put them all up there, so you have control of the branding. You can see the names. I put the names in there too.
So we're going to do this a little more streamlined than some weeks, just because I'm going to give a little less census data unless it's really relevant. And
there's just a lot. There's just a lot.
We're going to try to do a few more books and focus on why is it interesting. So this one caught me. Free Comic Book Day, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2009 reprint. Sorry for the jank photo. I don't know why I did that. this has been sold at least a couple times a year since 2010, and it's always been between $75 and $100. This year there were 3 sales: $275, $184, and $305. So Turtle Madness has went to all editions of this freaking cover. I mean, it's a free comic book day. Really? $300? I don't know. So more just keep your eye out, I guess. I don't know. You can find this in a dollar bin all day and maybe grade it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that is
Right?
crazy.
I saw that. I'm like, I gotta double check this. So
So somebody be real pissed when they find out it's not number 1 from 1985.
I have one that isn't on there. Hey, Brian,
Mm-hmm.
did you get that Ghost comic for me that's in there above there?
Yeah. I'll look for it. Hold on.
Let's see. This one interested me because the newsstand of Black Panther 2, the first Shuri, is selling for about 3 times the standard. So, looking at the raw sales, a newsstand versus traditional is about 150 to 400 and change. So, just wow. I don't know. People like the newsstand. I tried to track the 9/8 sales of newsstands versus not, but the sales data was so friggin' all over the chart. I couldn't. I saw sales up to 800 and sales down to the 2s and 3s. I assume there's some newsstand in there, but it was just too much volatility to trace.
And that's not late newsstand, right? Like that's 2005, not 2015.
Well, I think anything after the 90s starts to get tough.
Yeah, I mean, how many? I mean, I'm trying to think back of any Books a Million or wherever that I
No,
went
you have to
to.
get these.
I mean,
Black,
yeah. I mean, you might have
Barnes &
seen
Noble.
like Superman or Batman, maybe Avengers, but Black Panther.
Yeah, it's probably a scarce ass book. I mean, we've talked in the newsstand. Somewhere in 94 is where that switch happens.
That's still
Early
crazy.
Yeah,
Almost-
I just don't think we're in the crazy town rare for it to be that much higher. But
Dude, I don't know. Where are you gonna find a Black Panther #2 newsstand for sale?
I agree. I don't think that was a big book back then.
There do seem to be more than I think on the eBay. So I don't know. I don't know. It's just interesting, I guess.
I put the Ghost one up there.
super
Right?
Was there with? Oh, never mind.
No, go ahead, Paul.
I was going to ask if that even had good pictures. There were only 3.
That's fine. I don't know. I didn't get into the weeds. I just considered it a raw, nice
Yeah.
grade. It seemed consistent with some other sales. Ghost 2, I talk all the time about losing my ass on a Ghost 6 with Ben C, but this is the other one I like. I lost my ass on a low grade that I put up for auction a while ago.
Jesus.
But somebody fucking killed on this if it's anywhere near a very fine. Not a lot of sales data because there aren't a lot of copies of this, but in 8.5 this year sold for $13K. So if
Wow.
this is a 7.5,
God damn.
a 6.5, anything near,
Oh
either
my.
way. Yeah.
Whew.
Keep your eye out for some of those crazy ones,
Yeah. No indicia of Resta.
Nothing listed. How you can't tell from a few pictures.
I gotcha.
But yeah, it just stuck out as whoa. Nico, this is
very
a
cool.
special one for you.
Dude, it did it again.
I'm like, I don't even know what the hell this book is 2 weeks ago. We talked about it 2 weeks ago, and that sale was $710 with quite a few bids. This one was 1,000 and change with more bids. Census 9.8. There were 20 then. I didn't relook at it now. 29 sixes. I still have no idea who's paying $1,000 for this fucking book. They're more insane.
Somebody
than
loves
anybody
the White Rabbit.
Yeah, right. I got nothing. Nothing. This book's more interesting. Aliens 1. Been moving up the charts after the Marvel got the rights, but I think people get confused between the movie rights and the comic rights. they just have the comic rights, so to speak. I don't know. I mean, the movie rights are the movie rights. They're there, but you know what I mean? They just moved the comic rights and people got all fucking crazy. Are they going to introduce them into the MCU? No, that's a different movie franchise. They're in the umbrella of the mouse, but whatever. This year, there's 47 9/8. Is not a lot for a book like that. In 2018, it was a $600 book. This year, it still drifted between $600 and $700. In August, it jumped to $1,000, and now it jumped to close to $1,500. So that's big moves. Somebody is just wanting to play this book. It's probably tough in 9/8 with the black cover. A 9/6 is a huge spread. When this is $1,500, a 9/6 is $300. So I mean, it's a 5-time jump.
Whew.
Real quick, this comment right here is interesting.
They have the movie rights, but they're not going to cross over the MCU.
That makes
it came over in the Fox deal. But people are like, are we going to see aliens in the MCU? No, we're not going to fucking see aliens in the MCU. It's really Marvel has the comic rights is what changed because they were over at Dark Horse. The aliens property is going to keep crossing over with Predator and that shit. They're not going to put aliens in the fucking MCU. Come on. So it's not
Thank you for saying what we were all thinking, and I'm sorry that we live in a world where you had to say it.
It's not that they don't have the rights; it's just they're not going to fucking do it. Invincible. We talked about this. 307 9/8 just for reference. I think the print run on this book is somewhere around 7K, give or take. I don't quote me if I'm not quite right, but that feels like the number range I've seen. In 2018, it was a $900 book. Even back in 2016, it was probably considerably in that $500, $600, $700 range. The highest sale I tracked outside of recent was $1,545 in 2017. So it's been a big book a long time. In August, there was a $1,700 sale. So this at $1,575 means that trailer is not making the market crazy.
Yeah.
10,000.
10,000? All right. So the later ones dropped, 4, 5, 6 were in that 7,000 range, I think is where I saw. What do we got? Another one of the books that we see all the time, Batman Adventures 12.
All the player hating on Harley Quinn, that book is solid as a rock at that price tag.
What I took as interesting is 900 and change 9/8. In March, you could have bought this book for $1,230.
Wow.
Oh, damn.
It's trending back up. It's been moving, ups and downs. This book travels, there'll be a month where it's 1,600, 1,800, 2,000, and it just keeps going back and forth. There's some newsstands mixed in there with some high sales.
For me, the newsstands is a win on a book like that.
Somebody posted an auction going on for a newsstand that was like at 4K. I couldn't find it, so it must still be live, so I didn't chase it.
Damn.
Part of me is like, I don't understand it, and then the other part of me is like, ASM 300, dumbass. Just accept it and move on. And if it ever goes down to 1,500 again, I'll probably buy one. Yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got on that one. Frick. Hawkman 4. As you all know, I put a lot of money in this book at some point. I only have 2 copies left, but they're nice ones. 51.85s, just for reference. Just under 100 in the 9.0 or better. 3 9/8s, which actually means there's a new one in the last year because there used to only be 2. In 2018, this book would cost you $11.50. In 2020, the low was $9.80 in March. Somebody got a freaking deal and COVID scared them. The highest this year is $19.10. I know I sold a bunch in 2019 to upgrade in the 14 and 15 range, so it sold well there. Basically, what I'm taking away is it's not moved the needle a ton. It has brought it back out of the COVID depths, but it's not made it skyrocket. So we'll see if this is a slow burn or I've lost my ass on a book where I should have just bought a GSX 198 instead of a Hawkman 496, which is what I'm feeling like right now. And you're all like, yeah, asshole. Don't be a dumbass. New Mutants 14.
Damn.
This one sold high because it is a newsstand. Again, we can argue the rarity, the not rarity at this time and thing. I think it's probably trending towards the rare side. The average non-newsstand travels in the 3 to 350 range. This does appear to be a record high of any style. So keep your eye out for it.
I was stunned by that price tag on that book after the movie, basically flopped. People love the character Magic, which makes me happy because I'm a fan too. Not my favorite.
Bad cover.
Yeah, not my favorite book, but still pretty cool.
Hey, even if the movie was terrible, she was great in it. They'll reuse her.
Yeah, they will. She'll make it back.
So. Boy, I hope so.
She's like Psylocke. She's too cool a character not to utilize.
Well, the actress did a great job with it. She was so prickish in that movie. It was hilarious.
Mm.
So, just a side note: 174 in the census in 9.8, which combines newsstands and standard because CGC didn't differentiate. There is one Canadian price variant 9.8. So, whoever has that, congrats! You would make a fucking fortune right now. But I wouldn't sell. Let's see. A little Golden Age goodness, throw it in. This cover, Jesus Christ, Nico. I missed this one. Confessions of the Lovelorn 52 /1 appears to be the only issue that's ever sold graded. It might be the only issue of this book in general. I couldn't confirm. I didn't have enough time to research it. I don't even know where you found it. Only 2 sales. In March of this year, a 4.0 sold for $650, and September, I think it was last year, I didn't put a note on there, I apologize, was $1,800. So one of those weird fucking books that people just are like, that existed, huh? Yeah.
That's a weird one.
Let's see.
Paul's first problem, sold as a baby. Got it.
Uh-oh. I don't have the graphic for... Oh, there it is. They're not in the same order I put them in. ASM 569, the Anti-Venom first appearance, second print, with on the cover. God, I remember selling a nice copy of this for like $40 a while ago, like 3 years ago, and going, oh, that's good money. 157 9/8. There is 199 on the census, for the love of God. Fuck, whoever has that. 2018, this was a $500 book. 23 sales this year, which is surprising. Anywhere from 300 to this one being the high, 1175. So trending up with everything else, fucking Venom and Symbiote and whatever else you want to do. Do I have anything else besides? I'm going to do 2 more and then go back to Spider-Man, because Spider-Man's fucking Spider-Man, and I'd like to spend a minute on it. There was a rare sale of a book that we don't see often, Star Wars 1 35-cent variant. I missed this one because I've talked to Nico about maybe wanting to buy one of these. It's probably not the grade I want. I looked at it. I think it's kind of in that 5.5, maybe 6 range. It's not the prettiest copy. You could argue that maybe it's a 6.5. I don't know. Only piece of data I took for it was just to try and track where it would be on a graded price point, and you gambled that it being a 6.5 or better. A 6.5 is like $3,500, at least was. I have seen quite a few sales of this in the last month. There was one on Hakes, there was one, I think, on Heritage, and then there was one on eBay. So it is moving. And if you're a Star Wars fan, this is the book you want. It's freaking impossible. and everybody wants it as their grail of their collection. And if you get below the 6.5, it doesn't go down that much because they just don't exist and everybody wants a copy. So if you got it, awesome. Let's see. One more. I think.
Missed that one, buddy.
Yeah, I did too. I didn't see it till today.
Sorry.
No, I know. I was annoyed.
For a guy who watches auctions like a hawk, I dropped the ball on you. I apologize.
We listen. That's the worst thing about this market report is we go back and look at it, and how many books do we go? Shit. Every week there's at least 2 that we go, man, did you not buy that? No, I didn't either. What the hell? Who's watching this stuff? It's so hard to catch it coming at you live. You just kind of got to see the results and go, damn. This Raphael is a book that, like, shit, man, it was dirt cheap a few years ago. This raw copy listed as mint 9.4, sold for $1,076. I didn't get digging into the pictures. I trust that it's close. 49 9/8, a 9/8 $2,200, a 9.6 is $1,020, a 9.4 is $685, and a 9.2 is $600. So I feel like somebody took a big gamble if the person listing says it's a 9.4.
Right.
Unless that's a pressable candidate, you paid too fucking much.
Hope they zoomed in for spine ticks on that one.
Well, and that back cover is all black, right? And
it's a tough book.
And it just sucks in fingerprints.
Yeah, I think somebody gambled real hard on this one. I don't. That's my risky buy of the week. Let's go with that, man. Shit.
I would ask for more pictures if.
Yeah, you got to feel real good. Even if you got a 9.6, you came out behind, I think. Unless this book is just following the trajectory of TMT1 and the next sale is going to be 1,500. I don't know. But that's a stretch. There's so many Turtles books before that one. And then I was just going to end on this one because we can discuss, because I understand the collectability of this book, but it has been on a fucking tear again. I mean, just nuts. And somebody in Facebook talked about it. People have talked about it in our chat. Because I think we've talked about it on some other shows. A 9.8, the 2020 highs and lows are 5,200 with a low of 1,246. I don't know who the hell got it at 1,246. They fucking raped the world on the best day of the year. And 9.6s are trending anywhere from 400 to 2,550. Now, we all know there's newsstands here, so there's some differentiations in price. Somebody said that the newsstands have been getting highs, so people get confused and just bid on the non-newsstands. I don't know. But, 3 years ago, this was a book that has been $1,000 forever, and then it jumped to 2 and 3, and we're all like, whoa, came back down to the 2 to 2,500 range. We're like, all right, that makes sense. And now all of a sudden we're seeing these $5,000 sales, $4,000 sales. I understand Kate's and the Symbiotes and Venom movie, but really?
I had this exact discussion on the Hot 10 Friday.
Yeah, I think that's why I started seeing it.
Yeah, the exact discussion. Like, it feels like these are fake sales.
Yeah, there was one on Heritage too. It wasn't just eBay. Somebody posted Heritage. I don't know, man.
It doesn't pass the smell test to me.
The most slabbed book. And Stein, can I be honest with you? Mm-hmm. I had the same gut feeling, and when you said it, I was like, now, are we old fuddy-duddies who just don't appreciate this crazy new market with these crazy new price points? Or did his gut feeling confirm my own?
That's a good one.
Well, I am apparently the pessimist, right? So.
Well, call me Mr. Realism Part Due. I just don't see it. It's the most slabbed book, period, right?
One of them, for sure.
I think ASM 300 is number one, ahead of Spawn 1. The last time somebody talked to CBSI about it. We can look and see, but the point is, I just don't.
It's in the top 5. Let's go.
Yeah, I see it at a 2,500 price point. If in this crazy bull market it hit $3,000, that kind of makes sense to me. for somebody to spend an extra $1,000, an extra $2,000, right?
There's such a supply.
An extra 20 to 40%. That's a bridge too far. It doesn't pass the smell test to me either.
Yeah,
I understand it's a popular book, but there's so many. If these came to market, would it sustain?
Yeah, I mean, I kept seeing comments of comparing it to Incredible Hulk 181. They were like, "Oh, it's the same exact scenario." It was a cameo, slight cameo in 299, and then his first full in this. I'm like, okay, well, first of all, you're talking about two totally different scenarios. One, Incredible Hulk is, that's Wolverine. That's other than Spider-Man. That's basically Marvel's number 2. I mean, right?
It's Wolverine. Deadpool.
Since we were a child.
Yeah. I mean, it's not you. Okay, Venom. Okay, great. Everybody likes Venom, but Venom is not Wolverine. Not even close. And so then you're also talking another 10 years, 12 years.
And we're also talking. There's 1,000 and change 9/8. I don't know the number. I didn't look because there's a fuck ton.
Yeah, I mean it's not this. It's not the same. It's no. You can't compare the two.
If this is a $4,000 or $5,000 books, I'm going back to New Mutants 98 and buying back in.
It's funny that you say that. I actually was thinking about that last night. I was like, oh, fuck, I have to start buying New Mutants 98. Son of a bitch.
I don't want to, but damn it.
Neither do I. But I mean, apparently. So it's all very interesting. I'm fascinated by this kind of market we're in. What's real and what's not.
I love it, guys. I love it. Thank you.
I think he's on to something.
Oh God! I listen. I don't want to be such a pessimist. It just feels too fast.
Yeah, the trajectory, and that's kind of the what I mentioned on the Hot 10 is that line was like this,
right.
This, and then that.
Yeah, so bubble markets, right? I mean, that's clearly what we're in on a lot of these books. This would be a bubble number for this. I'd be selling at this rate. I got a box of Venom books downstairs. I'm just getting ready to pop off after all this craziness.
I think you could sell at 4K and wait a year and probably buy back in at 3, even at your worst.
Was anybody else's thought like your thoughts and prayers are going out to Scott Reagan?
Yeah, that was me.
Oh man, Scott, I'm sorry, bro. He held on to those things for so long.
Yeah. Oof. Don't tell him.
Yeah, I don't even know if he listens anymore.
I don't know.
Oh God.
For those who don't know, Scott Reagan, he used to be on the show all the time, and he had
a horde.
What, 15 of them?
Yeah, he had a lot. They weren't all 9/8, but he had a lot of fucking copies.
Yeah.
All right, that's what I got. That's the market report. Hey, let us know if you like the little speedier format versus a little more information we were doing before. Shoot us in the comments. Just like to know. But we thought we'd cover a few more books and a little faster.
Sweet.
We're gonna do pickups quick.
I can do pickup. I got books.
Let's do pickups
or not.
I don't know where Brian is. Do a speed round.
Yeah, you tell whoever wants to. We're supposed to keep showing books.
I got a speed round. 2 books. I got international Star Wars ones because, well, why the fuck not? Somebody put them for sale. I grabbed them. I have the Netherlands Junior Press Edition. And the other one I thought was really wonky was the Czechoslovakian. Which, look at that spine, man. This is a massive, massive book. I mean, I think it's at least 128 pages. It doesn't say in an English language. No, 108. Sorry, I see it. 108. So, yeah. Massive, massive book. Czechoslovakian. Who knew they printed Star Wars in Czechoslovakian? Happy to have them. And if you want to see more Star Wars, check out Global Comics Safari. We've done part 1, and we've got 4 parts of this series on Star Wars 1. All
I'm
right.
gonna go real fast.
Yes, Nico.
All right. I buy these for dirt cheap from Midtown. They say they're VG and fine. We'll see how I do after they get pressed.
Yeah.
They God bless Midtown, or I'm sorry, my comic shop. Yeah. So I grabbed all these whatchamacallit books.
What the hell is that?
Department of Truth.
Oh, okay.
They're like store variants or something. I just grabbed a bunch of them. I didn't get the one I wanted. I'm butthurt about it.
Yeah,
It is what it is. I grabbed also Bloodstones.
Ooh, that's a
seen
good
those
book.
I'm putting together sets. I need ones. I got like 100 copies of every other issue. It's horrific. I don't even want to talk about it. I need ones. Agatha Harkness, Animaniacs,
That's a good Animaniac.
newsstand.
Hold on, which
Spawns.
anime? I missed it. Which Animaniacs did you get?
That's the one you like. I got another one here too.
Get that
It's
dumb
not the
D.
DC. It's not the DCU though.
Fucking DCU.
Sorry. I grabbed newsstand spawns. That's the first Violator. I think it's a good newsstand spawn. Is that really the first Jane Foster Thor variant? I don't know. These are out of dollar bins. That's the one with Riri's head on it.
Nice. Third print.
Yeah. I paid $20 for this. I think I got a deal on it. I think maybe he gave it to me for 10.
That's one of those books that's a sleeper.
Yeah, $10. Mogul. I think this was 10 too. The Batman versus Aliens, but it looks like the Batman Who Laughs. This is the important one. I paid too much for it. It's the one I think they'll do American Vampire someday, and it will be amazing. If they don't do Skinner's Suite on television, I will legitimately be hurt.
Why is it? Is that a newsstand or what is that?
So there's two. There's the Diamond Retailer one that's easy to find, in my experience, and then there's the 1 in 10, which is a pain in the ass to find. Newsstand.
Oh, nice.
$10. It's your buddy George. Animaniacs. It's the number 1. It was the Christmas special. I grabbed variants of like Gwen. I forget his name. The Black Superman. Remember him? Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Ultimates variants. I like this one. If this guy actually is the Lightbringer, it's the only action figure variant I think I've ever liked.
Huh.
$5 for this, John Tyler Christopher. Hey, how you doing?
Nice.
Amazing Spider-Man and Silk. I like these fried pie variants. They're all dirt cheap. I refuse to just buy them up on eBay, but it makes no sense to me with all the newsstand hubbub that nobody goes after the fried pie books. I bought more of these. I think I paid $5 a piece for those, maybe $1 a piece. I don't remember. Scarlet Witch, Woman of Power. That's what George did at a small con.
Nice.
Done.
Glad you got cons back. Ben, you got anything?
Yeah, actually, because I was out of town. I was in Florida.
Watch out.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Or some store a new one.
Yeah. So there was a few places that I was at, and I'll just run through these really fast. I ended up having to stick them in my suitcase, which was terrible. But
Oh no.
yeah, so these I got all at basically cover price. There was, I think, one of them I paid $10 for. So Undone by Blood, that's the whatever.
1 in 10. So 1 in 10.
Is it?
Right? I think.
No, I think it's just a regular. I think. I don't know. But I didn't have it.
That's a smart buy.
Yeah. Super Dinosaur, first print. For $3.
Nice.
This one I actually think is a really good book. It's the Terror Titans with Static.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
I've never even seen that.
Yeah, Terror Titans 4. I think that's his first appearance in the DC universe.
I
Nice.
think you're right.
Lobo 64. That's the last issue, right?
I think
Perfect.
65, isn't it?
I don't know. It's towards the
It's
end.
at the end, yeah.
Yeah. Body Bags, that's old spec, but I figured F for cover price, so I'll
Yeah,
get that.
grab it. Hope it happens.
Yeah.
Can't
I
find
found- Yeah. 3 copies of Black #1.
Nice.
Oh, that book.
I picked up a Batman: The Long Halloween #1.
Oh, now I'm just jealous.
Yeah. I I picked up a Annihilation Conquest Wraith #1.
Oh, that book's been nuts.
Killing the game, bro.
A Smallville #1 second print, which is brutally hard to find.
Oh my.
Nice.
Oh my. You're underselling that book. I want you to know that.
Salvation Run 7, the Neil Adams variant.
Sick.
That one runs hot and cold.
Yeah, it's not that much, right? It's only like $60 now, but
it picks up when somebody talks about it, though.
Yeah, the DC Universe, the 3 Jokers.
That's tough to find.
It's like the 4th print or something like that. This one's a really hard newsstand. Danger Girl #2 newsstand.
Oh, wow! Holy shit!
Got that one for $3.99.
Nice.
So double cover price on that.
You must spend a lot of time digging and looking at all the details.
Oh, some of these were. I mean, I was sweating. It was. This guy's shop was. He had stuff just stacked on top of each other. This one I didn't even know that there was a newsstand of it. But it's body count #4.
Oh, nice.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I didn't even know there was a newsstand. But
wow,
that can't be common.
I didn't think so. I was like, yeah, for $4.
That's unbelievable.
Wow.
Beauty #1, the Frizzen.
You're killing it, dude.
This one I actually thought was pretty cool. I don't usually like Scotty Young variants, but this one's America #1, the Scotty Young. And
yeah, that's sick, dude. I saw you post that earlier. I'd never seen it.
Yeah. And last but not least, Batman 21 First Duke newsstand.
Strong, buddy. Strong.
Yeah.
Strong as they come.
What's the rarity? The 1 in 100 or the combo?
Oh man, I don't know.
I'd go for the newsstand at this point.
The newsstand is tough. And then he actually had and I didn't even know there was a newsstand. He had a Detective 871 newsstand, but it was like a 4.0, but I seriously considered it because he wanted like $25 for it, and I was
There's
like,
an 880 newsstand like that. It's one of the ones I've always just wondered, should I be buying them regardless of whether or not they're 9.4s, 9.6s? They haven't taken off. DC apparently went longer on newsstands than Marvel. And like that Black Panther Shuri is really a standout, dude. The 2005 books do not command those kinds of huge prices. Even like the 2009, like 871 and the 880s, they just don't for whatever reason. You'll see them for like $20, but they'll be in halfway decent shape. Not the 4.0, but like a 7.0 or an 8.0 or something on eBay. And I wonder if that stuff's just going to disappear and explode when it shows back up.
I don't disagree with your thoughts.
I mean, I don't know. I'm asking.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just don't see. And this, for some reason, this guy had just a ton of newsstands.
Where the fuck did you go? Back in time? How did you do that?
I mean, honestly, there's those are just the ones that I showed. I mean, I've got a stack here of newsstands, like a lot of the Batman run from the it's like, the 38, 39, 40, 41, those type of things. I mean, I bought
wow.
Yeah, I mean, so from the New 52. So I mean, those are just kind of just sitting here. But yeah, there was a ton of newsstands. And I was like, man, I got to pick up these newsstands. I didn't even know, like I said, that body count, I didn't even know there was a newsstand.
No.
Hell no.
Yeah.
That's smart, man. Good job. Well done, sir.
All right.
Of course, now they're just going to go in a box and sit until I die.
Until somebody remembers.
Sorry.
All right. P-Dubs, what you got?
Yeah, I got a few.
You've been a few weeks. I'm sure you got something.
A couple. I hit up a shop. I was out of town, not too far, but I got that Green Lantern.
Nice.
One guy's first appearance. I can't remember.
My brother's got some of those combo packs. I'm like, that's the good shit.
Hell yeah.
I opened these because I didn't want you guys to watch me attempt to open these. I haven't looked at them yet. He had
nice.
Two of the sealed Harley Quinn's little black books. I don't.
Is that the one? Oh man, those are fun.
It had the nothing there. It had the man. Who was it?
Is that Amanda Connor? on
There
that
was a-
cover.
I don't know.
There were all kinds of books in there.
Yeah, there were the good. I can't think of it now. Alex Ross, right?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Ross were the big ones.
The Batman.
Well, there are also like individual sketches in some of those.
Oh. So
Huh.
I don't know. I figured a couple bucks, whatever. His
Those
box,
are fun. Those are lottery tickets, man. Those are
Yeah.
lottery tickets to gamble.
his boxes were buy one get one free, all comics. I was like, whatever. But it was hilarious that you guys were talking Savage Dragon earlier because they had I saw the Turtles one, and
Nice.
and I was like, why not? So I picked up a Savage Dragon run 1 through 10 just because I was like, why not? But I got a couple duplicates. So you guys said earlier that these are different series, right?
Yeah, there's a.
Oh,
there's
wait.
a-
Yeah. These are both number 2. So
I think one's a mini series.
Yeah, one's a mini. The first was a mini.
and then same for number 3, part of that mini series, then, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, so and then and I've got some stuff for you, John. Maybe not the first one. I don't know, but I got this one. I might keep you.
Nice.
I'm assuming you don't need this one.
No, I got plenty, but that's a great book. I love that book.
And then so I picked up for you, John, if you want them, Supernatural number 1 and 2. I was like, I saw number 1 and I was like, or number 2 first. I'm like, there's a number 1. I'm gonna go
God,
back.
I've never
and
even
pick
seen
that
those.
up.
I didn't even know they had a DC comic for that.
No, right? Oh, I might need those. Thank you, Paul.
Hey, no problem. Then I saw this. I grabbed it for your son if he's still into the Sharks.
Oh, look at that.
That
Is
was
that a magazine?
Sweet.
Yeah,
So
That's
cool.
awesome. I've never seen that.
yeah. I was like, that'll come home with me.
You are the man.
Yeah, I'll send those out your way. But that's all
Thank
I
you,
got.
sir.
Nothing too wild.
Good stuff, buddy.
All right.
Not
We
I'm
lost
now
Deno
dying in
and-
Florida here.
Nice. That's cool.
Hey,
I love that.
well, I'm headed to Chicago this week, so
That's
we'll
sweet.
see. We'll see what.
Yo, you gotta look up Jen.
Is she from Chicago?
Yeah.
Oh,
Take
didn't
the
know that.
newbie digging with you for crying out loud.
oh, well, yeah.
Jen from Comic Book Women, who had a big debut last week. So check them out this week
Yeah,
tomorrow.
we'll finally retire this podcast so we're creating the content that we all want to watch.
Yeah. So check them out tomorrow at 9 p.m. They had a hell of a first episode, way better than probably we're on 139 or 140, probably better than 135 of ours.
35.
We'll say we got 5 good ones.
Yeah.
Looks like Brian is out, but thank you all. It was a good show. We're getting a little long. Appreciate y'all hanging out. And
Hey, before we go, nobody guessed where I was tonight.
yeah, I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, it's you probably don't recognize it, but I gave a big hint. I said it was a Sean Penn movie. He wasn't actually the main character. It was Michael Douglas was the main character.
The game?
The Game.
Nice.
Mm.
Warriors come out and play.
Yes, The Game.
All right, guys. Thank you all. We'll see you soon. Check us out. Check the women out tomorrow night. And we're out of here.